edge there to Penguin Squad that I think their draft is maybe more suitable against what Eternity are doing. But both of them have really well thought out ideas here.
I had to do a little bit of a double take because, again, as I said, it kind of goes through with Division 2 here. We're all kind of learning together, going to enjoy the experience over the next 3+ weeks here for Division 2 North American Dota, the DPC. Liquipedia had Snow as actually the position 5 player on there for the roster, and I'm like, wait, what? Is this a support Templar set? No, he's going to be mid in the end, and Tree and Protector, of course, going to be playing that support role, but... yeah, sets up the ward middle, and speaking of that, on the Eternity side, they do the same against the Penguins, and
yeah,
as usual, a clash around middle.
A little bit of a bait there by Snow, by the way. He ran down and pretended to put a ward on the enemy sides, but that baited out a sentry from Dire that ultimately didn't find anything. So good move to just rush down there immediately.
Just love to see those mind games come into play, especially when it comes to the war control, right? I'm sure you can, reiterate how important that is when it comes to the strategy of placing these wards and playing those mind games of where is it, put in a sentry here, oh, it's not there. That's just a waste of currency there in the end, but...
yeah, ultimately a mid warding is kind of like a coin flip, feels like sometimes, but you can do those moves where you pretend to be warding. We have a slight advantage here for Eternity as they got 3 of the bounty runes. Bloodseeker managed to outclick on top against the Spirit Breaker, so minor advantage. But mid lane, Dire block advantage as well, as Invoker gets a nice situation here.
Yeah, so it is going to be the Wex early build for Blessed Kid on the Invoker. So that Quas Vex, I know you're kind of going over that as far as which direction you're going to see the Invoker as you usually do when he's in the game. So knowing now that it is going to be the Quas Vex build, how impactful do you feel like that truly is going to be for the side of Eternity?
I think it makes sense. It's very difficult to play Quas Exort into this mid TA, by the way. We were talking about carry TA a lot, but this is actually a mid TA, which I'm pretty hyped again to see, because it's my favorite hero. I got some 3,000 games on it. And the Quas Vex Invoker is the correct choice here, because now he'll be able to burn her mana and can also focus more on the other lanes, as opposed to try and win the lane against TA super hard, because it will be a difficult lane if TA plays correctly.
Not gonna lie, Waka, when you say you have over 3,000 games on a specific hero, there's that audience that's very impressed by that, and then there's another part that's like, why? What are you doing? Exactly, that's horrible, that's disgusting, man.
Yeah.
But you're definitely an expert, that's safe to say.
Gotta have your favorites. But so far, mid matchup is going pretty even. Both are doing a good job, but we see some shenanigans going on the side lanes as well with attempted pulls. And we see Spirit Breaker again gonna go for a pull on the top lane. Bottom lane is a lot of battling. There we go. Rubik. He knows he can't stop this, but oh, maybe he can get the pull in time. Yeah, I think this big camp being spawned actually allows him to stop this pull here.
Is going to attempt to, as we have a pause coming out. Of course, as the Sorry Go follows that up, you'll see the player cams as well. It's, of course, awesome to have with the production, like I said, especially for these teams that don't necessarily get that limelight and for the most part throughout their career. So talk about how, you definitely got to enjoy the moments of what this is, but at the same time, hey, you deserve to be here. All these teams certainly do. And looking forward to seeing what they're able to put together with. So in the end, back to the top lane. You look at Bloodseeker, by the way, that's 5 stacks on him. He is in trouble.
They switch aggro, but Spirit Breaker is really low.
Crawler trying to crawl out of this one, going through the trees, but against Bloodseeker, that ain't happening. Good old Thirst helps hunt him down. First blood going the way of Eternity.
Bloodseeker did not even have to use his magic stick there, by the way, so he has an 8-stick prepared as well. So that was a little bit of an overstep by Penguin Squad, and nicely played by Bloodseeker and Rubik here. They played off each other. Meanwhile, bottom lane though, Treant's gonna go down.
And that's the teleport coming into play for Nature's Prophet, hitting level 2, assisting with the Hoodwink. Happens to find him. That Treant Protector off to the side, so the support Treant going down, and just like that, 2-0 start now for Eternity. Yeah, I mean, diving the Bloodseeker, understandable, especially with a combo like the Bat Rider and the Spirit Breaker, right? But you feel like that was a bit too ambitious at this point, especially with level 1 Spirit Breaker still?
I was a little bit surprised that they went for it, actually, after the creeps were pulled onto the big camp. I thought that they would just back off and play it safe a little bit there, but they are trying to win the lane. You don't pick Batrider to lose a lane. You want to get a lane W, but it's not the easiest against Bloodseeker. Now that he has boots as well coming in, he's going to be very hard to run down for Bat.
Yeah, you want to go for that early W, understandable, but unfortunately now you just put yourself even further of a hole. 14-7 on the Bloodseeker compared to 9-1 currently on the Batrider. So you talk about the early boots, including the 3 slippers of agility. This Bloodseeker feeling pretty darn good about where he's at currently. Yeah, and they even have the pull spot, so Rubik is able to pull the creeps here and try and deny anything. But it's what I like to call the useless family. This Kobold spawn, it doesn't kill anything. You can pull and not a single creep will actually die. So yeah, I mean, look at them. The creeps are full HP after a pull. This Kobold Foreman drinking his wine. He's unfortunately going to go down there, but yeah, Rubik in the meantime just zoning out Spirit Breaker while the creeps were doing the thing, dying and allowing for the pullback as you're talking about there, Waga. So great strategy. Rubik makes the best of it, and yeah, this top lane certainly going much better even than Eternity perhaps expected, going off of that first blood, of course.
Yeah, probably. And mid we see the struggle of Quaswex Invoker against TA is that you don't have that much damage. He has to be very careful here, even TA being a bully. And gonna get some under tower denies here against him. His HP is so low, he needs an urn charge. So I would like to see them make a move together with the Invoker, or for Invoker to make a TP move to another lane. Because this urn is just sitting dead in your inventory until the first gank happens.
Yeah. Oh, is he in trouble here? Yeah, he is. I was gonna say. I mean, Snow just going up and just like, all right, you're gonna stand there with not much life. I'll take advantage. Thank you very much.
There we go. First game of NA DPC, and I get blessed with a laning stage solo sideblade kill. That's beautiful. Well done by Snow. Really nicely positioned. Top lane.
Well, bottom lane also. There's action all over the place. But to the top lane, there's 5 stacks on Bloodseeker. We've seen this before, though. This time, more levels to work with. You see the armor also applied to the Batrider as they're down at the tower again. 7 stacks of that sticky napalm. A couple more auto attacks should do it, and there goes the kill on to the Bloodseeker. So that worked out much better this time for Penguin Squad.
Yeah, and they are gonna get out as well with the Spirit Breaker. TP's base, but Spirit Breaker one of those heroes that doesn't care so much about TPing base. Now he can even think about charging to bottom lane after this. Obviously, they just killed top, but once he has full HP on Spirit Breaker, he could make a move to a different lane. So yeah, that's what he's gonna do. He's now heading down to bottom lane with a charge. Maybe they can set up gank with this.
Coming in, you mentioned the charge. I assume he's charging the Hoodwink. Yep, absolutely. And he's gonna stop right in front, picks up the bounty rune, and he says, I want that rune. He got Dream Protector throwing down the grass, but in the end, Hoodwink's gonna be fine. So yeah, no kill coming of it, but making his presence felt and snatching the bounty rune from in front of him. But Waga, I mean, you know, you're the TA expert after all. Is this a Deso first or a Blink first? How would you like to see it played?
There are many different ways to play it. I would like to see him go for the early Deso. He could also go Dragonlance into Deso, which is quite common. But I think having this good of a game, he's, you know, by far the most farmed on the map right now. I think he should just go for a rushed Deso, but it seems like it's going to be the Dragonlance, which allows him to be a little bit stronger at pushing down the towers early and actually be able to contribute to fights earlier.
Top lane, once again Rubik. Well, this time more so Rubik's the one that's burning initially, but gonna be fine. But now you see Batrider starting to gain a bit more of that control. You're also seeing the living armor continuing to be applied from the Dream Protector. It's only level 1. Excuse me, it is level 2 actually. So yeah, even more regen kicking in from that and assisting, of course, globally as it does. And goes back to, we said, at least in Division 1 right now, and in general across the board, Dream Protector, a very, very powerful hero and a popular one at that. And we're seeing yet again why right here.
I mean, she has 16 armor. She has a Wraith Band and the living armor on her. The DP does not die to the right clicks of the Treant and the Furin here, or the small Treant. Sorry, not the big Treant. Funny to have them fight against each other. But yeah, living armor. Not surprising to see him maxing that, but I am a little bit surprised to see him go for the 1-1-2. We've seen different skill builds on Treants, a lot of different takes on it. Generally, maxing out the living armor as soon as possible is the common denominator, though, in all builds.
Sure. It's just so good. Yeah, again, the global presence, the idea that, of course, he's on towers as well, and, you know, you're dealing with somebody like a Nature's Prophet here, who's notorious for killing those towers. Top lane, he's been a killing. That's going to be a kill for Bloodseeker, and guess who's there? It's Invoker assisting. Middle lane. Meanwhile, though, it's a kill on a Hoodwink, so eye for an eye, they say.
Yeah,
as both teams losing.
A little bit of trading kills there, but the good thing for Eternity is that they picked up an earn charge now, or 2 earn charges on the Invoker. So the first kill is always the hardest when you play Quaswex Invoker mid. Now he has that earn into Cold Snap combination. So he's gonna stick around top. They want to get a re-kill here on the Batrider immediately. Does he sniff it out? Nope.
Yeah, that Town Portal scroll just being used, to your point, getting the re-kill, and that means he's dead for the next 20 seconds, and TP's still going to be on cooldown for a good 40 seconds or so. So they're really putting this Batrider behind, who suffers his second death of the game at that point.
Yeah, that's a really painful one. Dying once is whatever, you can just get back to a lane, but he was not cautious. They didn't see Invoker mid yet, and he still went up on a lane, put himself in danger, and gets taken down again. That ward that Dire have in lane as well top was important for them being able to get that kill.
Oh, sure. Gave them all the information they needed, but now Invoker is back to the mid lane, and yeah, got killed early on, 1 versus 1 against his Templar assassin, but Blessed Kid is certainly doing what you would like to see from the Invoker, especially Quaswex build, being active elsewhere, getting a couple of kills, and now he's back to the mid lane, a couple of earned charges still, going for that Spirit Vessel, as you certainly would expect. Might need to be a little bit careful with Spirit Breaker roaming around in the area, but see, he's playing safe currently.
Yeah, Spirit Breaker is just this hyperactive hero as well, running around. It's sort of like the support version of the mid Tusk. You just don't have to do anything else but move around. And he's even gonna get a kill on the courier there. Crawler just stands around, one taps the courier with a hit, and just looking for wherever he can join.
Bottom lane, Dire, they scanned down here as well. They are going to go after the Death Prophet. The urn's up, but blocked to the trees and almost helping him a bit. The Spirit Siphon is committing the exorcism for this as well, but Nature's Prophet lasted it and gets taken out. So Batrider shows up. Blessed Kid, by the way, he's being charged, so actually know where he's at, but they're not going to commit for the kill. Meanwhile, top lane, Treant does fall, but it's certainly a trade that the Penguin squad is happy about.
Yeah, Penguin squad feeling good about that one because they are the ones to punish there. They have really good turnaround potential with Living Armor always being so good at saving whoever is being hard targeted, like DP in that situation. But they're now moving top, and can they stop this push? I'm not sure.
Oh, we got Crawler. He's going to dive on top of the Bloodseeker to stop the push initially. Again, the armor's up as well from the Treant, level 3. And with Ravage pushing it, but again, no exorcism. And of course, Eternity is very aware of this. That they don't necessarily need to fear the Death Prophet that much, but it is still enough. There's too many numbers here. And to your answer, Waga, they're going to defend the tower for now.
I like the choice by Peace Squad to hard react to that and defend the tier 1 tower, because when you have Treant, every tower matters so much. And they kept it alive. It's only 114 HP, but he can heal it up. And this can stop the momentum of a draft like Eternity, where they have this Nature's Prophet, they want to get some early towers. If you don't get it, then it can be awkward. Nature's Prophet is able to use global map presence, but if your map gets really small, global doesn't matter that much.
You see Treant's stats right there as far as the healing done. It's definitely quite a bit so far. Expect that to continue to raise pretty actively as top lane. Treant, not level 6 yet. He's so close to that overgrowth, but gonna still try to set up a kill here as never mind. That's a dead Death Prophet, and Crawler is immediately regretting this decision.
And Moonlight gets the solo kill on the Treant as well. He stops him dead in his tracks there. Of course, the Fury ulti landed on him as well, so Treant was already a little bit low, but catches him, lands a full sharpshooter on him, and brings him down as well. So cleanup crew there for Eternity.
I gotta wonder why, if he actually was level 6 on Treant, is that a different story? Able to run out and pop that overgrowth? I mean, maybe not. They just didn't, they underestimated the numbers, I suppose.
Yeah, he was just 10 experience away or something. He was extremely close.
Well, that was awkward. Hoodwink found the TA, but they also found the Bloodseeker on the side of Penguin Squad. They're gonna get another one, and Rubik's gonna likely fall. So, just what do you think? Eternity's building up a lot of momentum. Never mind, we're shifting the other way. We got a good game here.
Definitely shifting the other way is one way to say it. It feels like they spread out. You know, they had this great fight top, but then they very quickly split up and didn't really go for the same objective, allowing, again, Peace Squad to get back into the game here. And now moving the TA top, this tier 1 tower is sure to fall, together with TA and Death Prophet. So I think they had a chance to hold on to a grip of the game a little bit there, and they kind of lost it. But now momentum is back for Peace Squad.
That's a tower kill. That is the second tower kill currently for Penguin Squad.
And the second one for Eternity also goes down on bottom. It's Nature's Prophet, gonna be split pushing. Got himself a Witchblade on Nature's Prophet, so he's got a little bit of damage over time against the TA as well to take those refraction charges. It's not a build that we always see on Furion. We see a lot of different ones, but this is a good, like, active fighting style Furion.
See Hoodwink. By the way, before that fight continued to really push further for Penguin Squad's favor just previously on that top lane, that was Snow got a solo kill on a Hoodwink. Hoodwink was scouting out in the ancient camps over here, and it happened to find Templar Assassin by herself and immediately regretted that. So, free kill for Snow. Meanwhile, speaking of Snow and that Templar Assassin leads into the Roshan pit. They are committing an exorcism for this as well. It was spotted by the Sunstrike, but can they really defend this if you're Eternity? They want to.
Oh, but they have 2 heroes bottom. P-Squad are revealing 2 heroes bottom. They're still gonna get the Rochelle.
Yeah, it's gonna end up being an easy kill in the end. Might lose the Treant, so there is some damage done as he's gonna pop Overgrowth and finally dies. Templar Assassin still hanging around. Doesn't have a blink, remember, yet. But just chilling. Chilling in the pit. Instead, they're going after Crawler in the mid lane, and the trees surround him, and Bloodseeker couldn't assist. He just TP's out, so a little bit awkward there for Eternity. They're going to push, but Aegis in the hands of Templar Assassin.
Yeah, she gets that Aegis. She feels pretty great about it. Obviously, the fact that Eternity cleaned them up immediately afterwards allows them to put some pressure here, but I think they want to defend. Spirit Breaker, cancel his charge.
That keyword want. The next word is they're not.
Deny at least from the...
Okay, they got deny, yeah. Something.
Yeah, and a good job by Eternity to stay, you know, high octane here, as of course it seems like P-Squad, they are the ones making most of the active moves, but Eternity are not slow to react either. And while TA is getting really huge, the same can be said for Bloodseeker this game. He is almost keeping up exactly to net worth here of the TA, and he's got that Maelstrom plus Yasha. Of course, once you get the full Manta style this game, dispelling the Treant ulti will be great. Same for Napalm.
Yeah, it seems like one of those obvious items, like says specifically the Overgrowth there from the Treant Protector. Huge against that, but top lane, this was a smoke gank, and it's going to be effective, it looks like. Yes, there's no way Treant's getting out of that one, and more so Nature's Prophet, as he just dies while attempting to TP. And Rubik, I was going to say, you better cancel that, because you're dead too if you keep going in. But I was going to mention Batrider not only assisting with that kill, but going the first item BKB, by the way. They
know that Bloodseeker cancel his TP, so he can just push now, because Bloodseeker showed bottom just before, and he doesn't have TP for a whole minute, so this tier 2 tower is just gonna go down.
Yeah, no exorcism even needed. In fact, that's up in 10 seconds, so they're gonna get this tower. Exorcism coming off in 10 seconds. You just keep the pressure up, I'd assume, or they're gonna take over the jungle for now.
Yeah, P-Squad are hitting every single key timing that they want right now. They have the Greaves completed on the Death Prophet, so she can provide a lot of sustainability and armor. TA now has Blink Dagger along with her Deso and Dragonlance, and over on the side of Batrider, he has a full BKB as well. So their timings are just very, very good for keep fighting right now. Whereas Eternity, they want to slow down the game a little bit. They don't have the Manta style quite yet. They don't have you know, a second item on Invoker. He only has the Vessel.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit more on that, Waga. It's they're hitting timings, but it's obviously the clear strategy is there for Penguin Squad. These are items that all encourage we're ready to fight here and now, especially with this advantage that we have over Eternity. And to that point, 2 minutes left on the Aegis, they're grouping up mid, and they're just going to try to just push this in. If you're Eternity, it does feel like it is a difficult task right now. Your Bloodseeker still trying to finish that Manta. I think he just bought the recipe, though.
Yeah, he's got the recipe. It's coming out. I mean, they're getting close, but even with that, they don't have that many big teamfight items. They have like Maelstrom Witchblade on Furion, they have Vessel on Invoker, and your Bloodseeker has a Manta. Compare that to BKB, Greaves, you know, the Aegis on the TA. These are really hard things to fight into.
Batrider trying to fight. There's that BKB. It's got no blink, but it doesn't matter for the Rubik kill at least. But I was just about to say, it's like, why even attempt to be close to defending this? I understand, you know, trying to see what you can do, but at least it was only Rubik, because there was no way they were going to win a fight for Eternity. Invoker was very close to getting picked off as well. That would have been the crucial kill. But still, the obvious comes when that Penguin Squad takes out the tower. and now they're going to reset and push out the lanes elsewhere.
Yeah, they were trying to sit there and like spam some spells to delay it so that they get more time to build up items, because like I said, they want to slow down the game, and you can't slow down the game by just letting the opponents take every tower for free. So even though it's hard, they have to kind of defend with a Rubik Fade Bolt, and maybe he steals a good spell. Now before P Squad make another siege on bottom tower, they're going with a smoke. They want to be preemptive here and go around. This is a very crucial moment this game.
Yeah, this feels like one of those high impact moments potentially coming up for Eternity. If they can come through with a kill or two especially, then yeah, this is huge for a comeback.
It's too slow
as far
though.
as the early lead, but
yeah, oh maybe catching Spirit Breaker.
Catch. Yeah, there's the EMP put down. Immediate response from Templar Assassin. They're going to get a kill on Spirit Breaker at least. Bloodseeker making sure to do that. Rupture's applied as well to the Death Prophet, and goes out of there for the Bloodseeker for now. The Sunstrike on top of the Death Prophet. He's healing up. It's not enough damage initially, but it is as Bloodseeker comes back in and takes him out to finish off the job. However, Satoshi shows up, and Snow is still looking strong, doing plenty of damage. Aegis has been reclaimed, and Eternity falling to pieces one by one. A great catch from Crawler on a Bloodseeker as well, and that is a complete wipeout for Penguin Squad. The start was something for Eternity, but as you said, Waga, it seemed like they were just a little too slow.
Yeah, there was a moment when they smoked up that they kind of stood on the bottom rune and didn't keep running. I think they need to just keep going immediately because they gave it away by waiting so long. That's why Spirit Breaker was the first one to tank this gank. He revealed himself, died, bought back immediately, came back into the fight, and they can turn the fight around and have a pretty decent engagement here. They did fight really well, and the Bloodseeker trying to get back in, you know, get some lasted to get some HP back, but ultimately, you didn't get a clean connection. When you smoke gang, you want to find the crucial targets and burst them before they can use their spells, and that's not really what happened here.
Yeah, and it goes without saying, of course, Death Prophet, unless you just have the freest of kills on him, is probably the worst target to commit to for a kill when a big fight is breaking out, because she is very tanky, especially with those Guardian Creeps, that Exorcist, and the Spirit Siphon in play. And they got the kill, but in the end, certainly not worth it for them. Penguin Squad continuing to keep momentum up, at least Crawler is, and, well, gets himself somewhat trapped, but he heals it up for now, pops the drums, and allows Batrider to go in. It's going to get the kill onto Rubik, that is, as well as Invoker falling. Is going to lose his own life, though, and so does Spirit Breaker. So they're creating more chaos as Penguin Squad, losing a couple of heroes. But again, as long as that Templar Assassin especially stays alive, continues to farm and get more of that lead, I think they're fine for now.
I think that was a little bit thorough by them to not just try to go for the tier 2 tower instead of going for that fight. They were very split up, and thus trading 2 for 2 when you're behind is always good for you. You're going to get more gold on average. You know, trading a core and a support for a core and a support, it's a good trade. And they kept their bottom tier 2 alive on the side of Eternity, so that was maybe a moment where P Squad could have taken down that last tier 2 tower already and get control of the game, but they are showing relentless aggression at least. They see anyone, they want to go on them.
Hey, Spirit Breaker's in the game. I mean, that's bound to happen, it feels like. Certainly a hero that advocates that. I want to talk about this Nature's Prophet again. You look at this net worth, yes. Templar Assassin has the obviously. Bloodseeker trying to keep up. Nature's Prophet is doing all right too. I mean, has the Maelstrom, the Witchblade, looking for the BKB, and you know, eventually even a Gleipnir. Like, has a game plan here. But how important do you think it is for Eternity for this Nature's Prophet to really come online?
I think without BKB, it's incredibly difficult for him to play here because he has no way to dispel when stuff happens to him right now. Like, you get sticky napalm stacks, you get tree and ulted, you know, he has no response to these things right now. And getting at least to the point of having BKB on him is crucial. I just feel the biggest story of this game, though, is the difference between the mid, right? Like, the Invoker is, being charged. He might be in danger again. No.
Yeah, he's in danger.
Yeah, I'm sitting here trying to make a point about the difference of mid, and then we see TA just blow up the Invoker with like one hit. He is 6,000 net worth versus 16,000 net worth. There's a 10k difference on the mid right now.
Yeah, that ain't too good for the side of Eternity. They're still trying to fight strong. Rupture is up on Death Prophet, but with the Siphon and plenty of teammate support, including Galasso, there's not much hope for the Bloodseeker there. So I think we've kind of hit that point, Wago, where you can just really feel the Penguin Squad is come together completely, and it's going to be a true uphill battle now for Eternity. They're going to need to bank on mistakes, certainly, by the side of Penguin's squad.
Doing a good job showcasing why I said that I like their draft more, because this plays out so simple. You have a very clear idea of how to play it. TA is going to be, you know, hitting creeps or hitting heroes wherever she can, and then you have a lot of heroes that are either just fighting nonstop or pushing nonstop. The DP wants to push, and the rest are all just looking for engagements. So as long as they take engagements somewhat close to towers, DP can take down the building as well, and TA of course can contribute. Whereas the side of Eternity, their draft is much more difficult to find the opening. We could see them with their smoke gang, the rotation they tried to make, but they don't have like a clear objective for what Invoker is supposed to do right now, for instance. After that hard of a laning stage loss, it's difficult to recover for him.
I mean, there's certainly more we can discuss a post game, and obviously there's still game left, and anything can still happen. But yeah, curious to analyze more of this Invoker and how he really just fell so far behind here in this game one, being the mid against the Templar Assassin. But again, there was that early kill from the TA. Invoker recovered decently with the early earn and got some charges with the kills at the top lane, but yeah, it just hasn't come together for Eternity as they hoped for. But again, not to be a doomsayer, it's it's an 8,000 net worth lead for the side of Penguins, but hope is there.
Harder games have been won, that's for sure. Like you can recover this, but right now with Roshan being on the table, I think they are aware because they sent in the Forge Spirit to scout it. So they have the information that Roshan's being taken right now. They need to get Bloodseeker over there.
And the Exorcism already being committed. So hard to fight into this Overgrowth as well. Batrider with the immediate lasso onto Invoker. 3 are dead just like that. It's going to be a 4th. As Nature's Prophet eventually burns down to the ground. Snow credit with the triple kill. The bash is on a Bloodseeker, keeping him locked down completely. And here comes Snow to set up the ultra kill. And now about that Roshan.
That was such a massive force staff into Overgrowth. What a play by East. He just had the vision there. He had a ward that he planted before, and he could see people walking down the ramp, and he was prepared. He went in, caught 4 heroes beautifully there. They have to use their Manta Styles immediately in their BP. Look at the tree and positioning here. Forces in, boom.
Yeah.
That was so clutch.
Basically made it into a Blink Dagger at that point. Perfect positioning, really, with that cast of the Overgrowth, and you could just tell Eternity went complete panic mode, understandably, at that point, but it was just a lost cause. So 15,000 net worth lead. You have the Aegis once again in the hands of Templar Assassin. And they're going to push down middle. They're going to work their way bottom. Of course, there is a tier 2 tower still up there. So kind of complete that next obvious objective. Bottom lane. Nature's Prophet scouted, by the way. Oh, no. No lasso for Batrider, but they're charging. Going for the TP is out of there. Very close.
So close, so close. But he managed to get safety. But yeah, right now this feels awful for Eternity. They know what's coming, and I like the way the P Squad, they're not just rushing down mid immediately here. Even though they manhandled the last 2 fights really well, they brought down everyone on Eternity. They're going systematically here. Take down the bottom tower. You still have 4 minutes on the Aegis, so even after this tower goes down, you don't have to immediately crack high ground here. You can demoralize your opponents by controlling the game for a minute or 2 before you go high ground. Maybe they will go here just to force people back, though, because they see people on mid. But no, it seems like they're gonna try and play the map.
And this is the thing I'm gonna look out for throughout this Division 2 as top lane. Yeah, they're just gonna make their way up here and get the easy kill on a Bloodseeker, is finishing games, right? Because even at the top, the highest of levels, there still seems to be that issue sometimes with some of these teams that's like, okay, they have great laning phase, they're doing everything right with the strategy earlier on, but it's then actually the decision making to truly finish the game. It's sometimes you get caught up in your own head, like you understand that you have a good lead, but it's like the game's not over, you know, almost put pressure on yourself to do so. You start making some dives that are unnecessary and things can turn around. Speaking of that, Templar Assassin got the kill. It's going to end up burning the Aegis, so there's something there. What's a lockdown like? No, there's too much support nearby. Blessed Kid is like, I'm not going for it.
She got the takedown on the Rubik and opened up a little bit for her team to go in, but she did trade Aegis for 1 support there. She still has BKB available. But this is an Exorcism that wants to push high ground still. Oh, actually, they did a good job pulling the creeps a little bit there. Stopping the high ground. Still backdoor protection.
Yeah, is Exorcism gonna wear off in just a second there, so brought back in. So not having to worry about that currently, and we could see Eternity delaying just enough. They have maybe a smoke play to go. They do have a smoke on Rubik. They see anyone isolated.
Yeah, if they shove this one creep wave mid, they could make a move somewhere, but look at TA. She's staying here, killing this entire creep wave, not allowing them to get that breathing room. As long as you don't have creep waves pushing out, it's very hard. They might go for a smoke here, but it feels horrendous to do it because you know that mid is immediately going to be revealed if they go now. So they're not actually clicking it. I think it's correct play, even though it feels sad to just sit here. If they were to smoke, it would be a very, very obvious one.
Yeah, it's the lesser of two evils, as they say, right? So going with that, you got Bloodseeker kind of pushing out the creep wave. Nice job with the Manta style there, avoiding some damage.
Know that mid is immediately going to be revealed if they go now, so they're not actually clicking it. I think it's correct play, even though it feels sad to just sit here. If they were to smoke, it would be a very, very obvious one.
Yeah, it's the lesser of two evils, as they say, right? So going with that, you got Bloodseeker kind of pushing out the creep wave. Nice job with the Manta style there, avoiding some damage. But Snow, to that point, is continuing to be that bully as he can be on this Templar Assassin. The 3 meld armor reduction, by the way, Talon picked up at level 20, so
yeah,
even more to work
correct
with.
choice. Not too many things here to dispel in this game from the side of Eternity. You could dispel like the Cold Snap or Urn and Fade Bolt, but it's not so important for him. Oh, Batrider.
It's going to be ruptured up. He's definitely dead. Just a matter of how much can he do in return. Well, they get the turn code of Bloodseeker. Finally goes down. Overgrowth helps to set up a kill on a Rubik, though. DP out from Skyward. Never mind. That's actually going to be canceled and just stands his ground for the time being, but
Skyward is just fine. He walks away.
Walks
they
out.
thought he TP'd out. Oh, no.
Yeah, I was going to say, they thought that was going to be a TP, so they just left him, but now they're all right, never mind. You're still around.
Yeah, that looked like he might live, but ultimately they found the Batrider and tried to kill him, but he had Blast Rig and he has Witchblade, so his armor is pretty damn high, and the miss chance from the Blast Rig as well makes it so difficult to bring him down once that BKB goes up. No magic damage is allowed. I feel like I don't see how Eternity could win that fight even. It's so difficult. Very clean composition here by P-Squad, how they run together.
Yeah, you could tell that. And I know you were talking about that in the pregame, just kind of a general overview of a lot of these teams and what you're looking forward to seeing, and that the chemistry of these players together and how they look and everything. And yeah, it feels like Penguin Squad certainly is playing really well. I mean, this is only one game, so I'm not going to oversell this either, but it has been an impressive performance from them. They came in with a clear game plan with the draft. You liked it for a reason, and they're showing why.
Yeah,
the way
I think
playing.
they also got exactly what was mentioned there, the advantage from laning stage turning into something huge, right? They just have this. I can't imagine before the game thinking that there would be, at minute 30, nearly a 20,000 net worth difference between the two mids, right? I can't think of the last time I've seen a 20,000 net worth difference.
It's pretty large, unfortunately, for Bloodseeker and Eternity there, but it is what it is, and they're trying to go for a last stand of swords, but get the pull back in on the Nature's Prophet. And speaking of pulling in, Invoker going to be lasted in place. No chance to survive for him there. Triple kill again for Snow. I feel like I've said that before. That's because they have. Snow's 20, 0, and 10. That's quite the stat line there.
Oh yeah, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful game. Clean here, 20-0. Make it 11 even before the game finishes up. And what a takedown by...